If you're familiar with my channel, then you know that I've reviewed Cutting Class a couple of times in the past, so I'm not going to go into any kind of plot synopsis here, and not only because I've reviewed the movie before, but because... what plot? Cutting Class is a totally bizarre 80s slasher. Really, it's more of a comedy, full of oddball characters, ridiculous situations, wacky dialogue, and just plain goofy moments, with the occasional murder thrown into the mix. It's a mess of a movie, to be honest, but it has charm. A messy, bizarre kind of charm, but charm nevertheless. It's as if everyone on the set could feel just how oddball the movie was. The acting is stiff, but most of the actors just look stiff and uncomfortable most of the time. The dialogue doesn't help matters either, because it's stiff too. The tone of the film is a little bewildering. It's comedic in tone, or at least tries to be, but at times it feels satirical too, as if it's making fun of itself. And there's plenty to be made fun of. The characters are out there, like the pervy high school principal, Mr. Dante, played by the great Roddy McDowall. At least Mr. McDowall seemed to know what kind of movie he was making here, and just went with it. Martin Mull has a small role as Jill Schoelen's character's father. He spends the vast majority of the movie wandering around a swamp, half dead, after the killer somehow knew exactly when he was going hunting and somehow knew exactly where he would be hunting and left him for dead after shooting him with an arrow. This whole angle is played for laughs, with Mull almost being discovered on more than one occasion, but is ultimately left to fend for himself, wounded with only powdered donuts in his pockets for sustenance. Donovan Leitch plays Brian. Brian has a checkered past, let's just say. He wears the same clothes every day, with bowling shoes, and he is omnipresent, and can seemingly be in two places at once. Or maybe it's just bad editing, because this movie is chock and chopped full of jarring cuts. The lovely Jill Schoelen is the only halfway normal character in the movie. She's torn between her impulsive jock boyfriend and the weirdo outsider guy, who may just be a killer. She's also a horrible tease who tells her boyfriend that there won't be any us time until his grades improve. And who is the boyfriend here, you ask? None other than Brad Pitt, a man no woman has ever said no to. Pitt's character is the textbook cool guy who peaks in high school and then spends the rest of his life reminiscing about high school at his car wash job. Pitt's acting chops have come a long way since Cutting Class. A very long way. As for the slasher elements, the murder mystery isn't much of a mystery at all. The kills are all mostly played for laughs. The art teacher gets burned alive in a kiln. The gym teacher gets impaled on a flagpole while jumping on a trampoline. One character is killed by having their face pressed against a copy machine. The climax involves one of the most awkward-looking fight sequences I've ever seen. It takes place in shop class, and this is one hell of a shop class. It looks more like a factory floor, with all sorts of deadly-looking equipment around. Now, I know I've not made Cutting Class sound like a winner here, but I really do love it. It's a movie that takes place in its own bizarre little world, with characters that are more like caricatures, and situations that could only transpire in this bizarre little world full of caricatures. However, it is a world that I like to visit on a fairly regular basis. It's bad, but it's bad in a fun and really entertaining kind of way. This new release, part of the MVD Rewind Collection, features a 4K restoration from the original camera negative. There is some damage from the negative present early on, but overall I thought the picture quality here was quite good, with impressive levels of clarity and detail. As for audio, we get a LPCM 2.0 mono track, which I thought sounded crystal clear and really good. I give both the picture quality and the sound quality on this release a solid 4.5 out of 5. As far as extras are concerned, first up we have an interview with Jill Schoelen. It's 20 minutes and 26 seconds in length. Ms. Schoelen discusses not wanting to do Cutting Class initially, but her agents talking her into it. She discusses not being happy with the quality of the script, the material not resonating with her, the director being difficult to work with, and how lovely Martin Mull and Roddy McDowall were. Miss Schoelen admits that making cutting class wasn't an enjoyable experience for her, and in hindsight, though she doesn't regret having done the movie, she says she wishes she would have followed her intuition and just said no to cutting class. She discusses her appreciation for the fans who have kept the film alive, and more. Next, we have an interview with Donovan Leitch. It's 16 minutes and 25 seconds in length. Mr. Leitch discusses being excited to work with director Rosbo Pallenberg. He discusses getting cast, working with Roddy McDowall, Brad Pitt, and Jill Schoelen. He discusses an incident in which Brad Pitt flashed a passing car one day, which led to the police showing up on the set. Mr. Pitt was arrested for that heinous act, and he's never been seen again. So they must have threw the book at him. He also discusses the fandom for cutting class, his career post-cutting class, and more. Next is the Find the Killer VHS contest, which is 4 minutes and 11 seconds in length. It's a promotion for the home video release of the film from Republic Pictures Home Video. Remember them? I had a number of Republic Pictures Home Video videos in my collection way back in the day, and one of them, of course, was Cutting Class. We also get kill comparisons, which compares the kills in the film, the R-rated version of the film versus the kills in the unrated version of the film. And we get a trailer. This release comes with a slipcase. The sleeve is reversible. And we get a mini poster. This is an excellent release for Cutting Class from the MVD Rewind Collection. If you're a fan of Cutting Class, then this release should be in your collection. If you've seen Cutting Class, please let me know your thoughts on the film down in the comments section below. If you like this video, please leave it a thumbs up and share it on social media. If you're not following me on social media, those links are in the description. As always, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Take care, and until next time, peace.
No. Not until your grades improve.
A huge thank you to all my patrons and channel members for your generosity and support. Become a patron today and get early access to videos, have a say in what content appears on my channel, join me for monthly live streams, exclusive watch parties, and more. Become a channel member today and get access to exclusive badges and emotes to use when I stream, as well as members-only watch parties. Both those links are in the description. Say hello to the internet, Jeremy.
Hello to the internet.